Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League for the first of my new track guides for the upcoming 2025 Championship. The first of 2025 actually starts in about a week's time, so keep your eyes peeled on the channel for the coverage. 10 rounds as usual it will be based on, and the first round is here in the UK at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. I'm going to be doing all my track guides in the Porsche 911 2017 GT3. Well, I know I've done these track guides before. I certainly know I've done the Brands Hatch one before, but obviously since I've done that last, we've had a lot of new drivers join us, which is excellent news. Great. The leagues are filling up, and the group is coming along nicely. So glad to see and hear that there's lots of new starters and lots of new drivers that are coming on board. That's good to know. So really for the benefit of those drivers and some of the regulars as well, really, you might just need a bit of a refresher. So hopefully these will help everybody who does take their time out to watch the videos. So as I say, this is round one, the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. Now, I used to do sort of a guide and then a couple of fast laps. Not going to bother with that. I'm just going to go straight into just one lap. Just going to pick probably the fastest lap that I've done out of the 5 that I do actually go around and try, and then just do the one guide really. So here we go then, just coming out of Clearways onto the start or finish towards Paddock Hill Bend, about to start lap 2. This is your guide. So just on the market there on the left hand side, 50 metre board. It's just a dash really, but it's about 50 metres there on the left. Going to start to just lift off and start the braking to go into this really tricky cambered Paddock Hill Bend. As we get a little bit closer, it's blind as well before you hit the hill, and you're obviously going to be heading for that inside apex here, but you just need to let it roll at this point. You don't need full throttle, just let it roll. Just concentrate on hitting that inside curb and the apex before worrying about applying any power. Obviously drop it down to around about 3rd gear, because you're going to be coming along there in 5th, 6th gear by the time you hit this point. So down to about 3rd. Some drivers might decide just to keep it in down to 4th, but I'd go down to about 3rd here, and then just aim for that inside apex. As I say, just let it roll through. No power at this point. It's on a hill, as you can see, really steep hill. So you've got the momentum going down there anyway. So you're literally just going to let it roll until you're about central or centre of the circuit. Just as you come out of the apex on the exit, you're heading towards obviously the curbing on the outside on the left. Now it's about time to apply the power when you're about central on the circuit. So now power down all the way up the hill. Now at the bridge, just there, you want to start to brake and drop her down to about 2nd or 3rd gear for this next tight hairpin here at Druids. Again, you kind of you don't want to be going out too far to the left. It is a right-hander, but you don't want to be going out too far to the left really. You want to sort of start to look at coming centrally on that on the circuit. But again, let the brake, once you brake down to about 2nd or 3rd, again, you're just going to let it roll. Just try and get as close as you can to the inside. Now, again, just there on the exit, about halfway through, you're going to put the power down again and head out of the exit of this right-hander down the hill, using all the curb on the left. You can use all of that without getting a penalty over the line. And then about here, about the edge of the, in fact, it's about there, right on the edge of the curbing on the right-hand side, just as the curbing starts, is when you want to start to brake and drop her down to 3rd gear. You could probably coming out of Druids maybe only in 4th, so only dropping it down about 1 gear to 3rd at this point. I'm actually in 2nd, so I didn't actually get down or up to 4th gear, so down to 2nd for me, but you people will go down in 3rd as well. So again, you're just going to feed it round, let it kind of coast a little bit here, and then power down again halfway through the corner, and all this curbing on the right you can use. Not too much. If you cannot use half of it, you can use all of the meshy type stuff on the right hand side, as long as you don't get all your 4 wheels cross that, you should be okay, depending on what the penalty system is set on. So you should be okay, but certainly you can use majority of the curbing on the right hand side, and you can run that all the way along. As you can see, I'm almost taking the whole of this curbing all the way to that AstroTurf piece before I actually start to come back onto the black surface. So you can use all of that, use as much as you possibly can to give you that momentum through the corner. So up to the next left-hander. A bit of a tricky one. This is another blind uphill corner, this one. Now I, again, drop it down to third gear at this point, and edge of that curb in there where it starts, again, is my point of turning in. So you want to start to brake and turn in at that point. Now it's sort of double apex. It kind of it widens and then really comes out narrow into a narrow left-hander. So you're going to try and kind of get it round close as you possibly can over the timing line at this point, and then again just minimal throttle here. You want to give it some because you're going uphill, obviously. You don't want to give it too much because the back end will come round on you and you'll be ending up facing the other way. So just need to minimal amount of power here before the exit of here, and then you can start to give it the full beans. So minimal. Now go at this point, just to sort of halfway up that hill. You can use all of that on the right hand side, and away you go. Now this is probably the fastest part apart from the start or finish of course. Down the back straight, under the bridge, and then at about the 100-meter board, you want to start to think about dropping down the gear and braking. It's probably in between actually the 100 and the 50. So about here, right where the timing line is, you want to start to think about going around this right-hander. This is a great corner, this one. If you get this right, it really feels nice. So again, you just want to try and roll it around here, really. Just let the engine braking do the bizzo here, and then just let it roll round on the inside. Feed it out to the left. Got a little bit of curbing you've got to play with there. You don't want to be taking too much of that though. It's on a bit of a rise, and some cars can bottom out on that if you're not careful, especially with that with the grass so close as well. So you've got no sort of gravel to slow you down. It literally is on the grass, and get too much of that, you'll be on the other side on that grass. So yeah, just kind of feed it through round that right-hander up to the next right-hander. Now this one, 50-meter board there on the left. Again, you're going to be trying to clip this inside curb. It's a raised curb, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Not too bad in this Porsche, but I'm not sure about the other cars on the other leagues, what they're going to be like. But certainly in the Porsche, it's not too bad, although the Porsche ain't the best on the curbs. So down to, what am I? Well, I'm in third at this point. I think I'll probably just stick it to third at this point. I don't drop it down to second. Just third will do. You can clip this inside curve, as I say. Take a little bit of it, not too much. And just feed it out to the left. You can use all of this here, including some of that gravel, actually. Got to be a little bit careful, but you can use all of it, of the car, on the curbing. So off of there, down through Dingledale into the dip. Another blind right-hander. It's like a little kind of mini corner, really. As you say, you can just about see the edge of the curb in there on the right-hand side where the grass is, but not much of it. Blind uphill right-hander, and the exit on this is very interesting. Again, you can take a lot of this. So what am I in here? Third again through here, so almost third, fourth. So I'll probably come out of the last corner in third, up to fourth, drop it back down to third at this point, clip of that corner, although I didn't take too much of it actually on this lap. But you can clip quite a lot of that corner on the inside, but you just got to be so wary and careful of the exit because there is no curbing on the exit there. If you give it too much through there, just kind of let it. Again, a lot of this is just about rolling through the corners. Just roll it through that, across that curbing, or on the exit of that curbing, just so that you're not giving it the full throttle on the exit. Otherwise, you will be out in the sandpit there on the left. So, as you can see, there's absolutely no runoff at all. You touch that with your wheels, and you will be on the merry-go-round. So, got to be a little bit accurate there. Down to this next left-hander, 50-meter board there, just on the right-hand side. As you can see, there's a lovely corner again. This one really feels nice. Another cambered corner, which you can roll through lovely. So again, staying in third at this point. roll it through, take all of the inside curve, just let it roll, roll, roll. Now power down. Had a little bit of a wiggly moment there on the back end, but managed to straighten it up. You can use some of this curb on the left there, as you can see. Not too much again, because as I say, I don't want to be taking too much of that grass. And up towards the final corner of Clearways, under the bridge, up to about fifth at this point, drop it down to third, so fifth to third, right on the well, where the Indy circuit actually comes or joins it there on the right hand side. So about where that joins is where you want to start to think about braking and turning in. So another kind of off cambered corner, kind of uphill then downhill through the little dip through Clearways past the hotel on the left. But again, this one again, just sort of roll it round here. Now you've got to be careful with the dip. It can throw the car off a little bit. But you've got plenty of track here. It's quite wide at this point, probably the widest point on the whole of the circuit, actually. So you've got a lot to play with. So just make sure, as long as you're not going to run too far out onto the sandpit there, you'll be fine. But yeah, pretty easy, really. That corner straight out. Now, at this point, try and get as close as the wall as you can on the where the curve comes round. And then it's up and over the line to complete the lap. Yeah, so what I might actually do, I was going to do just the one, I will do two. What I'll do with this one, I will change the camera angle and show you from a different perspective as to where to put the car, if I can get the right one. That'll do, chase cam. I'll still control it with the buttons, but as I say, I'm already turning in here. Quite a violent turn actually on this particular occasion. Now, as I say, just feeding that inside apex there. I'm using a little bit of grass, probably a little bit too far across there actually on this time around. But getting ready to go down through Paddock Hill Bend and up the other side. So I've got to be a little bit careful that I've got myself on the grass, because so I'm just rolling it through. I'm not applying any power whatsoever at this point. Now power down, up the other side at the bridge, brake. There you go, you see my brake lights come on. Round central, clip the apex on the exit. Again, just rolling it round. Power now, use all of the curb on the outside over the timing line. Switch across to the right hand side to open up for the next left-hander. Second gear, third gear, clip that inside, use all of this curb, as you can see, I'm running it all the way along onto the, or just off to the AstroTurf there, up to the next left-hander, end of the curve now, sort of central again. This one's wide to the left, so I use it, goes as, I've got very wide, I actually missed the apex by a mile, so I actually got that a little bit wrong there as it goes, so not the way to do it. But along this back straight now, clinging onto the left-hand side. There's the 50-metre board. I've already started to lift off and brake at this point. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. And out the other side, clip that curve on the left. Now this is where you're going to take some of that inside, although I didn't at that point. I took more of the outside curve actually on exit, down through Dingle Dell. Third gear. Now take a lot more this time. There you go. That's how much you can take pretty much of that corner. Just to open it up a little bit better for you on the exit. Roll this one. Take all that inside curve out the other side. Up towards the bridge. Up to fifth gear. Now start to brake at the where it joins. Hug that inside curve. Use all of the circuit on the outside and then go and across the line to complete your lap here at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. So that is round one of our season, and well, looking forward to it already. A lot of drivers, we've got a lot of new drivers that have started as well, as I say. So we've got a fifth league as well that have that's starting, that's new as well, such as the demand of joining URL. So plenty of excitement ahead, and that's it. So that's your round one coverage of the track guide. Join me for the other 9 shortly, and thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.